जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी। जय गिरिवर धारी। जय गिरिवर धारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी। जय गिरिवर धारी। गिरिवर धारी जय। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा शिला प्रभुपदा जय। प्रभुपाद Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Jai Ho Vishnupad Paramahansa's Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Ho Vishnupad Paramahansa's Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Thakur Ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasade Gaur Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jamna Mai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samved Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnudev Krishna Buddha Shri Krishna Swati Namne Prabhupada Sasayata Bhakasavita Sacha Bhagavad Padate Namo Namo Vishnudev Krishna Buddha Shri Namo Sasayata Paschati Desani. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for being here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're continuing our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 50. And today we are going to study verse 17. Tavahamagadho vikshya Tavahamagadho vikshya He Krishna Purushadama Natvaya Yoshudham Michami Balena Kena Lajaya Guptena Hi Tvaya Manda Nayotse Yahi Bandhuhan. Tav ahamagado Vikshya He Krishna Purushodama Natvaya Yodham Ichchami Balena Kena Lajaya Guptena Hi Tvaya Manda Nayotsya Yahi Bandhuhan. Tavahamagadho Vikshya He Krishna Purushadama Natvaya Yodham Ichchami Balena Kena Lajaya Guptena hi tvaya manda Nayotse yahi bandhuhan. Viksha. Guptena hi tvaya manda Nayotse yahi bandhunam. Tava magado viksha. He Krishna Purushadama Na tvaya yodamichami Malikena gaya Guptena hi tvaya manda Ayutsena hi bandhuhan Tvamagado viksha He Krishna Purushadama Na tvaya yodavachami Balikenke nalajaya Guptena hi tvaya manda Nayotseyani bandhuhan Tava magado viksha He Krishna Purushadama Na tvaya yodamichami Malena kena ilajaya Yuptena hi tvaya manda Najotsehani bandhuhan. So word for word meaning. Thou, to the two of them, Ah, said, Magadha, Jarasandha, Vikshya, watching, Hey Krishna, O Krishna, Purusha Adama, lowest of men, Na, not, Tvaya, with you, Yodham, to fight, Ichhami, do I want, Balena, with a boy, Ekena, alone, Lajjaya, shamefully, Guptena, hidden, he, indeed, Tvaya, with you, Manda, O fool, Na Yotsve, I will not fight, Yahi, go away, Bandhu, of relatives, Han, O killer. It's actually Han, but yeah. Translation. Jarasandha looked at the two of them and said, O Krishna, lowest of men, I do not wish to fight alone with you, since it would be a shame to fight with a mere boy. You fool who keep yourself hidden. O murderer of your relatives, go away. I will not fight with you. Please repeat. Jarasandha looked at the two of them and said, O Krishna, lowest of men, I do not wish to fight alone with you, since it would be a shame to fight with a mere boy. O fool, you fool, who keep yourself hidden, O murderer of your relatives, go away. I will not fight with you. Purport by disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shrita Swami has interpreted Jarasandha's words as follows. Purusha Adama can be understood as Purusha Adama Yasmat, meaning Krishna to whom all men are inferior. In other words, here Lord Krishna is being addressed as Purushottama, best of living beings. Similarly, the word Guptena, hidden, indicates Lord Krishna's aspect of being in everyone's heart and invisible to material vision. The words Tvaya Manda can also be divided, according to Sanskrit grammar, as Tvaya Amanda. In this case, Jarasandha is indicating that Krishna is not foolish, but rather most alert. The word Bandhu was used by Jarasandha in the sense of relative, since Lord Krishna killed his maternal uncle, Kansa. However, Bandhu comes from the word bandh, to bind. And therefore, Bandhuhan can be understood as one who destroys the bondage of ignorance. Similarly, the word Yahi, please go, indicates that Lord Krishna should approach the living beings and bless them to become Krishna conscious. Om Jnana Trimandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarupascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavane Bhayo Vaishnave Bhayo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Krishna Swami Iti Namini Prabhu Desai Pracharam Gatam Sadhu. So, Tav ahamagado vikshya he Krishna purushadama nadvaya yodham ichchami balinaikena lajaya guptena hi tvaya manda na yotse yahi bandhuhan. So it's been translated as Jarasandha looked at the two of them and said, O Krishna, lowest of men, I do not wish to fight alone with you, since it would be a shame to fight with a mere boy. You fool who keeps yourself hidden, O murderer of your relatives, go away. I will not fight with you. So this verse is an illustration of how in our scriptures and in the language, in the Sanskrit language, there are so many different interpretations of the same words. And only somebody who's learned, not just in Sanskrit, but in wisdom and bhakti, can properly interpret these verses and these words. In his Tikas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the external meaning of O lowest of men, Purusha Adama, I am ashamed to fight with you, a mere boy, Balena, who hides yourself in Gokul as a Vaishya, Guptena. O fool, Manda, O killer of your uncle, Bandhuhan, I will not fight with you, go away. The other meaning, skillfully contained in the same words, is as follows. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving the obvious meaning in the literal translation, the words, and the meaning that is hidden and only visible to a learned devotee, pure devotee. So the other meaning, skillfully contained in the same words, is as follows. O great personality to whom all others are inferior, Purusha Adama, I will not fight with you, for in comparison to you, Brahma is a child, Balaka. There are two versions of this, Balakenaiva and Balenaikena. And you are the Lord of all lords. I am ashamed to fight with you because I am not qualified. I do not desire to fight with you because you cannot be seen, being hidden within everyone, Guptena. O most important one, Amanda, O destroyer of bondage of the Jiva, Bandhuhana. And then Jiva Goswami says, seeing Krishna as death, Jarasandha tried to avoid fighting him. Instead of Balanaikena, sometimes Balakenaiva is seen. I do not want to fight with a boy. But fighting depends only on strength, not age. I will not fight with a person who hid himself in Gokul out of fear of Kamsa. It is suitable to hide at times to fool the enemy. O inauspicious person, Manda, why? You are murderer of your relatives, therefore go away. Flee from Dharma. Another meaning is, go to your house because it is not necessary for you to labor in fighting, since you accomplish everything by your will. So, there is so much in this, starting with Sridhar Maharaj, Sridhar Swami, where he is translating not as Krishna, who is the lowest, as Jarasandha's direct meaning might be, saying it is Purush Adama, which is to whom All men are inferior. And then Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur totally reverses the meaning. His understanding of this is almost totally reverse. Not that Krishna is the lowest, but he's somebody to whom everyone else is inferior, is lower. And that he is the Lord of all lords. He's not, and Jarasandha is really not qualified to fight the Lord of the Lords. And then there is the reality that Krishna really didn't need to fight Jarasandha. Jarasandha decided, because Krishna killed Kansa and Kansa's wives in the beginning of this chapter, when came to Jarasandha and basically cried, which they're daughters of Jarasandha, and cried and complained and gave them their version, gave him their version of the whole fight with Kansa and how Kansa got killed. So Jarasandha got mad and he decided he wants to fight Krishna. And so he came. And when Krishna saw that, Krishna thought, well, here is my opportunity to show what I came for, or one of what I said in Bhagavad Gita I came for. So he thought, okay, here I am, I can kill all these demons. But as Jiva Goswami says here, that he really didn't have to labor himself. He could have killed all the demons just by his wish, by a desire, just like that, whether it was Putana or whether it was Agasur or whether it was Kansa, any of the demons. He really didn't have to personally come in and kill them. But of course, he did this to please his devotees, to show his leelas, which are relished by the devotees. So he didn't really kill because he had to kill all these demons, but he killed because all his devotees relish listening to the pastimes, listening to, hearing about him, singing his glories. And if all his glories are just, oh, you're so great, you're so beautiful, you're so, your lotus-like mouth and your lotus-like eyes and your lotus feet, and you live, in Raja with the gopis and you're having all these, you're dancing and singing. If they were just those, the whole Bhagavatam or the whole Krishna Leela or his whole pastimes on this material earth or anywhere wouldn't have been full of all the other rasas. And, all the strength and the veer rasa and the, fights and killing and all. I mean, all of those wouldn't have been there and it wouldn't have been so relishable by us. I mean, we see that in this, like, in the material entertainment. If there is just one type of movie, one type of story, it wouldn't be considered fun unless there was action and, some fights. So there's the romance and there is the fights. And so all of the rasas have to be depicted in in entertainment in this mundane world. So what about all this in the spiritual entertainment, which is what makes us relish our relationship with Krishna? So he had to fight, and then he said, "Well, let's have some fun. Let's have him put together his army 17 times. You know, why 1, 2, 3, 17 times." And in the meantime, he totally embarrassed Jarasandh. We can just imagine his Jarasandh comes with an army that was more than the Kurus and the Pandavas, the armies of all the armies together during Kurukshetra war. So he came with an army bigger than that. And these two young men, Krishna and Balaram, come out, just themselves and maybe a few people behind them. And they annihilate him. And, well, they didn't annihilate him, but his whole army. So imagine there's this one guy who's so proud of himself, goes back with his, so to speak, the tail between his legs. So he goes back. And then imagine him going back and having to explain what happened to the families of all of those 23, what was the word? Yeah. So, like that's millions of people. And so to go back and explain to them, and then put together another army, come back, go through that whole humiliation again, go back again. So, I mean, it's just amazing how humiliated he must have been. But he is obviously so stubborn that he keeps doing that, going on over and over and over again. So it's like, I mean, he's so attached to his victory. It's like us. We're so stubborn. We keep wanting to come back to this material world, go through it. We think we're happy, we're enjoying everything. We're so great. Life's lovely. Go through. Not 18 times, but millions of times. So we're just stubborn. So in this verse, is Jarasandh speaking very foolishly, in fact, when you think about it. And Prabhupada has said numerous times that a fool is revealed when he speaks. That's what Jarasandh is doing. He comes in front of Krishna and Balaram and he speaks. Great bravado. But the reality is that when he speaks, he demonstrates that he is a fool. He shows himself as a fool. In the purport in Bhagavad Gita 254, Prabhupada says, as there are symptoms for each and every man in terms of his particular situation, similarly, one who is Krishna conscious has his particular nature, talking, walking, thinking, feeling, etc. As a rich man has his symptoms by which he is known as a rich man, as a diseased man has his symptoms by which he is known as diseased, or as a learned man has his symptoms. So a man in transcendental consciousness of Krishna has specific symptoms in various dealings. One can know his specific symptoms from the Bhagavad Gita. Most important is how the man in Krishna consciousness speaks. For speech is the most important quality of any man. It is said that a fool is undiscovered as long as he does not speak. And certainly a well-dressed fool cannot be identified unless he speaks. But as soon as he speaks, he reveals himself at once. The immediate symptom of a Krishna conscious man is that he speaks only of Krishna and of matters relating to him. Other symptoms then automatically follow. And then Prabhupada goes on to explain the symptoms of a learned man. So, here is this great king of Magad. Very powerful king he is. So he's obviously very well dressed. But as soon as he opens his mouth, the learned know that he is a fool. Another time, in the introduction to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada says, the Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches that the spirit soul is immortal and that our activities in the spiritual world are also immortal. The Mayavadis, who hold the view that the Absolute is impersonal and formless, contend that a realized soul has no need to talk. But the Vaishnavas, devotees of Krishna, contend that when one reaches the stage of realization, he really begins to talk. CC introduction. So, he's saying, Prabhupada said nobody needs to talk until he reaches the stage of realization. So he says, but the devotees of Krishna contend that when one reaches the stage of realization, he really begins to talk. Previously, we only talked nonsense, the Vaishnava says. Now let us begin our real talks of Krishna. In support of their view that self-realized remain silent, the Mayavadis are fond of using the example of the water pot, maintaining that when a pot is not filled with water, it makes sound, but that one is, when it is filled, it makes no sound, etc. So, Prabhupada said, well, we are not pots. We're realized, when we're working to be realized souls, and when we learn, we can talk. It is the fool who is celebrated as long as he does not speak. So he's basically contradicting the Mayavadi's philosophy of not speaking. For when he breaks his silence, his lack of knowledge is exposed. The Chaitanya Charitamrita shows that there are many wonderful things to discover by glorifying the Supreme. So like this, Prabhupada has talked numerous times. In one of his conversations, he talks about a gentleman can be very well dressed, but again, as soon as he speaks, one can understand, oh, he's a rascal. And as soon as one speaks great subject matter, then one can understand, oh, he's learned. So by this talking now, we can understand he's a great fool. So, obviously, by what Prabhupada is saying is Jarasandha is a total fool. As soon as he speaks, we understand that. And so, we are here, and we are showing our stubbornness by being here. But our goal really is to be a bhakta, a devotee of the Lord. And that is only possible to become a devotee of the Lord by following a learned person, a pure devotee of the Lord. And with following that process that he gives to follow and get purified, just as Krishna tells us in Bhagavad Gita that Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. In 1855, he says that we can only understand Krishna by devotional service. And when we understand that and we get that knowledge, then we can actually speak as in a non-foolish way. Until such a time, we can pretty much remain silent. Because without the realization that Krishna is the purpose of our life, we would only speak mundane prajalpa. So with that, I'll end. I think we might have a... Yes, Krishna Prabhu said something that I meant to say, but yes. Because until we can come to our own realization, we can speak the words of our acharyas and Prabhupada and read from Prabhupada's books. And we see this, at least from me, I see this all the time, that I start preparing for a class, I look at it, and, I want to speak something that I've realized. But of course, I've not realized anything. And without realizing anything, I really cannot speak for myself. And I have to go back and keep reverting back to what Prabhupada has said. Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Vanchakalpate Vaishya Prasati. I'm sorry? Thank you. Thank you.
Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Enam Kanvandam Maravindadalaya Taksham Varhavatam Samasitam Buddhasundaranam Nandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Andani Yasa Sakalem Priya Priti Manti Pasyan Dipan Dikayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yasomatinan Janakana Yasomatinandana Brajabaranagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yasomatinandana Gokula Ranjana Kana Gokula Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidana Kaliya Damana Kaliya Damana Vidana Kaliya Damana Vidana Namala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Amala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Amala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Amala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Vipinan Purandara Navina Nagara Vora Vamsivadana Subhasa Vipinan Purandara Navina Nagara Vora Vamsivadana Subhasa Vipinam Purandara Navina Nagara Bora Vamsivadana Subhasa Vipinam Purandara Navina Nagara Bora Vamsivadana Subhasa Brajajana Palana Surakula Nashana Jajana Palana Surakula Nashan Brajajana Palana Surakula Nashana Jajana Palana Surakula Nash Nanda Godana Rakulaya Nanda Godana Rakulaya Nanda Godana Rakulaya Nanda Godana Rakulaya Govinda Madhava Navanira Taskara Govinda Madhava Navanira Taskara Govinda Madhava Navanira Taskara Govinda Navanira Taskara Sundarananda Gopala Sundarananda Gopala Sundarananda Gopala Sundarananda Gopala Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasana Hara Rasa Rasika Kripa Moya Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasana Hara Rasa Rasika Moya Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasana Hara Rasa Rasika Kripa Moya Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasana Hara Rasa Rasika Kripa Moya Sri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara 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 Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Yasomati Nandana Brajabaranagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yasomati Nandana Jabarakan Kana Amala Harina Mami Avilasa Amala Harina Amila Vilasa Namala Harina Mami Avilasa Amala Maina Mami Avilasa Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara Sri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara Sri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda, Radhe. Jaya Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda, Radha. Jaya Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda, Radhe. Radha Golokananda. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya 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 Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Golokananda ki jai. Lord Krishna is beloved son of Yashoda, transcendental lover in the land of Braj, the delight of Gokula, known by the nickname Kana, the wealth of the lives of the gopis, the attractor of Cupid, and punisher of the serpent Kaliya. These pure, holy names of Lord Hari are full of sweet nectarian pastimes. Lord of the 12 forests of Braj, ever youthful, the best of lovers, player of the flute, an excellent dresser, protector of the inhabitants of Braj, destroyer of demoniac dynasties, keeper and tender of Nanda's cows, giver of pleasure to cows, land, and spiritual senses, husband of the goddess of fortune, butter thief, and beautiful little cowherd boy of Nanda Maharaj, wanderer of the Yamuna river banks, thief of the garments of the gopis, enjoyer of the mellows of the rasa dance, very merciful, lover and beloved of Sri Radha, the great dancer of Vrindavan, and the only shelter of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. And for everyone, yesterday, of course, it was a little bit rainy, and we didn't go over to Kerry for Harinam, but there were some devotees there doing Harinam. But today we will do Harinam at Weaver Street from 11:30 to 1, and it's going to be sunny, so please come out, and we can chant the Maha Mantra for everyone coming in and out of the store. Chaito Darpanam Marjanam Baba Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratidam Pranamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishi Tavakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishame Hajjani Nanuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Ahoita Ki Twai Ainanda Tanajuga Ikaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripayata Vabada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrishim Vachintaya Nayanam Galadashu Daraya Vadanam Gadgada Hridaya Gira Pulakarnishitam vapukada tava namagrahane bhavishyati yugayatam namishena chakshusha pravashayatam shunayatam jagat sarvam govindam virahename ashlishavapadaratam panastumam adarshanam marmahata karotuva yata tatava vidadatu lambato mat prananatastu saivanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a star on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from the ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord,